20 psychology facts that will change how you see yourself. Right now, your brain is lying to you. Not on purpose, it's just how it's wired. You've probably made a decision today that felt completely rational, but was actually driven by a psychological trick your mind played on you without you noticing. 1. The Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. You learn a new word, and suddenly you hear it everywhere. It's not a coincidence. It's your brain's reticular activating system flagging anything related to what's now important to you. This is why once you start noticing something, it feels like it's suddenly everywhere. 2. The spotlight effect. You think everyone noticed that thing you said, or that stain on your shirt. They didn't. Studies show people vastly overestimate how much others notice or remember about them because everyone is too busy starring in their own mental movie to pay attention to yours. 3. Confirmation bias. Once you believe something, your brain starts hunting for evidence that you're right and quietly ignoring anything that says otherwise. This is why two people can look at the same news story and walk away even more convinced of opposite opinions. 4. The IKEA effect. People place higher value on things they built themselves, even if the end result is objectively worse than something store-bought. Effort creates emotional ownership, which is why that wobbly bookshelf you assembled means more to you than it should. 5. Choice supportive bias. After you make a decision, your brain quietly rewrites the memory to make that choice look better than it actually was. This is part of why breakups and bad purchases so often get remembered as not that bad over time. 6. The mere exposure effect. The more you're exposed to something, a song, a face, a brand, the more you tend to like it, simply because it's familiar. This is part of why the same ad, played enough times, starts to feel oddly comforting. 7. Mirroring. When you like someone, you unconsciously copy their posture, tone, and gestures. It happens automatically, and it's one reason why good conversations often feel like a physical rhythm, not just a verbal one. 8. The bystander effect. The more people who witness someone in trouble, the less likely any one person is to help, because everyone assumes someone else will step in. It's not about being a bad person, it's a diffusion of responsibility baked into group psychology. 9. In-group bias. Humans are wired to instantly trust people who feel similar to them, same team, same accent, same hobby, and to be more skeptical of people who don't. This bias can form in seconds, based on something as small as a shared t-shirt color. 10. The halo effect. If someone is attractive or charismatic, we unconsciously assume they're also smarter, kinder, and more trustworthy, even with zero evidence. This is a huge part of why first impressions are so hard to shake. 11. Emotional contagion. Emotions spread between people almost like a cold. Spend enough time around someone anxious, and you'll likely start to feel anxious too, even if nothing bad is actually happening to you. 12. The peak end rule. You don't remember experiences as a whole, you remember the most intense moment and the ending. This is why a vacation with one bad day can still be remembered fondly if it ends well. 13. Zeigarnik effect. Unfinished tasks stick in your memory far more than completed ones. That nagging feeling about an unanswered text or an unfinished project? Your brain is holding it open on purpose, like a mental tab that won't close. 14. Catastrophizing. Under stress, the brain jumps to worst-case scenarios because it's faster and safer to over-prepare for disaster than to under-prepare. It's a survival shortcut, but in daily life, it mostly just causes unnecessary anxiety. 15. The pratfall effect. People become more likable, not less, after making a small mistake, as long as they're already seen as competent. A tiny slip-up makes someone feel human and relatable instead of intimidating. 16. Self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe something about yourself, I'm bad at public speaking, you unconsciously act in ways that make it true. Belief shapes behavior long before behavior shapes outcome. 17. The Dunning-Kruger effect. People with the least skill in an area often feel the most confident because they don't yet know enough to recognize what they don't know. True experts, by contrast, are often more aware of their own limitations. 18. Anchoring bias. The first number or piece of information you're given heavily influences every judgment that follows, even if that first piece of info was random. This is why the original price next to a sale price makes the discount feel bigger than it is. 19. The endowment effect. Once you own something, you value it more than you would if you didn't own it, sometimes twice as much. This is part of why letting go of old belongings feels so much harder than buying new ones felt easy. 20. Cognitive dissonance. When your actions don't match your beliefs, your brain feels real discomfort, and it will often change the belief rather than the action just to make the tension go away.